Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. So we're having a look at the Lima automatic level crossing. We'll see it in a minute in the main part of the video with a locomotive running over it. But I just want to show you a couple of things before the video. This of course works by gravity and a spring, and there's a tensioning device on the spring here. So I can push this over and it's so that it works according to the weight of the locomotive. So if the locomotive is a lighter locomotive, I'll make the spring less tension on the spring, and if the locomotive is a heavier locomotive, that will need more weight, you see. So you can regulate this sort of halfway to suit yourself, to suit the locomotive that's going to pass. Then if you want to block it closed, you just catch it like that. So we'll have a look underneath. I suppose if you probably know exactly how it works, but let's take a look at underneath if I can. There's a spring, and that's a lever that applies tension to the spring. The spring on the lever arm here, you see, that's it. And this mechanism here, if I can manage to wiggle it with my finger, you see how the spring changes position on this lever, making the opening harder or softer, or halfway in the middle. Okay, it's derailed, doesn't matter. Okay, welcome to Patrick's Models and Transports. So here's another real vintage piece of vintage toy trains, the Lima automatic level crossing. Now I've had this since I was, I think, 10 more or less, and played with it plenty, even if it's in very good condition. You can see I was always very careful, and I maybe got to play with the trains twice a year, after the end of the school in summer and during the Christmas holidays at Christmas, during the Christmas holidays. But more often than not it was in the winter period, because in summer I was going down to play with the other kids in the yard, so that was that. And I had a proper outdoor childhood when I was a kid. Anyway, this is a nice piece, and I don't have any use for it because I don't have a tabletop. I don't play trains on a table, and this can't really be modified to have a realistic car crossing. And so I've decided to put it up for sale. I mean, it won't fetch much money because it's a mass-produced item. It's a toy item, but it's in perfect condition. It has a good, nostalgia value, and there's no point in me keeping it in a box unused, so I prefer it to go to somebody who really appreciates it and maybe put it to good use. There are YouTubers who run Lima trains using all the Lima toy train range, so this level crossing, the station with a bell. I won't be selling my Lerino station with a bell. That's part of the very first things I got when I was 4 coming 5, so that's not for sale. But I'm going to sell this, and whatever money I get will be reinvested in some railway related material. Usually when I sell, if it's something related to railways, which is not very common, usually I buy stuff. I don't really sell train material, but like the Lima engine shed, there's no point in me keeping things gathering dust, and just for the sake of having it and taking it out and making a wee video like this. So I hope I managed to sell this to somebody, and even if it's just small sum of money, probably will go for €10, maybe even less. It'll be a good cash to reinvest on the layout for something else. Vinted's a great place because you have a good international customer base. Plus, I've also bought a lot, not only models on Vinted, I've also bought equipment. I've bought fish plates. I've bought those Mehano rail clamps, very good. I've really made some done some good business on Vinted. I'm very pleased. I practically bought, apart from some drive belts and other spare parts and the Mehano controller, the Pico controller, I bought that on eBay. It's either eBay for certain things, maybe new like this, or Vinted for everything else. Well, have you ever had this Lima automatic level crossing? And if you've had it, or if you still have you ever managed to improve it to make it more realistic? This is even nice. You can put a bulb under here, one of my Christmas lights, and make it light up the shed. That would be nice. But I don't have any use for it, so I hope it goes to a new owner. Cheerio, and see you next time.